and welcome to the final live of the week. It is Sunday the 27th of July, and this will be the last live before the holiday that we do on a Sunday, because this time next Sunday we will be probably coming out of the Bay of Biscay and sort of along the Portuguese coast. There is the lovely Azra, who you'll see on Thursday how much they love going into the kennels. It's not even kennels, it's a dog sitter. They live in the lady's house, so it's not even like the kennels, it's like home from home almost. And they absolutely love going there. It is quite extraordinary, and they know they're going there almost before we do. It's ridiculous. You know, I think as soon as they see their beds being picked up and food being put in the car, they know they are more intelligent than we ever give them credit for, animals. Poor old Azra, she was quite poorly in the night. Now, it's very rare for her to need to go out in the night. If you let her out sort of before you go to bed, sort of 9:30, 10 o'clock, she'll just sleep right through. Anyway, 3 o'clock this morning, heard her bark, and I thought, oh, she's heard something outside. So I thought, okay, leave it. And then probably a minute later, bark again. I thought, oh, for goodness sake. Anyway, so I went down, and she was literally waiting to go into the lounge to go out. And I thought, oh, very unusual. Anyway, so let her out. She went out and did her bits and pieces. Thought nothing more of it. Anyway, I was just about to turn the lights off to go back upstairs, and she then began to heave, and she was quite sick. And obviously, don't really know why. The only thing I could put it down to, probably James's fault, is on the way back from the cinema last night, which I'll come on to in a bit. He gave us some McDonald's chips. Now, they're not that bad, guys, McDonald's chips. So yeah, I don't quite know what happened there, really. Anyway, she seems to be as right as rain now. She's very eager to come out for a walk, which obviously, if she wasn't feeling that well, she wouldn't even bother. So I think she's all right. So, what did everyone get up to yesterday? I'm interested to know. You may or may not have seen our live. Well, it became 2 lives actually in Cambridge yesterday, because where the internet was struggling a little bit within the sort of high buildings and the old buildings of Cambridge, I lost the signal. So I then had to regain it. I had to put the phone into airplane mode and reset it, and it corrected itself. But it was a right pain in the arse, if I'm honest with you. Go on, Azra, keep going, let's go. No, go straight on, we'll do the longer walk this morning. Come on. So yeah, there became 2 lives yesterday. Pretty well received. There was lots of interaction, which was nice. Come on, Azra, let's go. Good girl. Come on. So yeah, hopefully you'll get a chance to just have a look through that if you've got any interest in Cambridge at all. It was a pretty good walk. As I say, it was split into 2 for the reasons I've just explained, that the internet was playing up. If you are new to the channel, do like and subscribe. The channel has just been growing so much over the last month or so. I think we sort of almost you know, doubled the subscribers, you know, which is just unbelievable for a little channel like mine. But it's people like yourselves watching that are helping that. So do like and subscribe and hit that bell button. We've got loads coming up. As I said at the beginning, this time next week we'll be somewhere off the Portuguese coast on our second full day on the cruise. For our first stop being in Cadiz, which is Monday week, so tomorrow week we'll be in Cadiz. There will be a live coming from there, and I will be vlogging as well, so watch out for the lives and the vlogs. We've then got the London River cruise when we come back, literally a week after we come back, in the London Eye. Hopefully the weather's kind to us. And then we've got Euro Disney sort of in October as well, so lots to look forward to, as much as the other horseplay that goes on with the shorts and everything else that we do. So again, this is a slightly new, slightly different walk to what we normally do. Someone's alarm going off there in the background. Thanks for the like, guys, appreciate it. We did this walk maybe a couple of weekends ago, and yeah, it was quite nice because we don't really do it that often, so it's quite nice to be able to do this. Now this road here is called New Road, and as you can see it says closed. It is causing absolute bloody bedlam in the village. So many people moaning because there's not a lot of work going on, and I think that's what annoys people more than anything else. Go on, Azra, let's go. That's what annoys people more than anything else, is when it's one thing the road being closed. We know the roads need to be closed, they're in a terrible state, but when they see the roads closed and not a lot going on, I think that's when people get frustrated, and I get it. You know, that's one of the major hubs in and out of the village there. Even last night for us, going back from the cinema, it had a big effect. Come on, Azra, let's go. Had a big effect on how we came home. So, again, if there is anyone from the parish council watching, get the council moving. Azra, off. Good girl. Get the council off. Get the council off. Get the council moving, because it is ridiculous. Cinema last night. So we went to the Light Cinema in Cambridge, and we went to the new Fantastic Four film. Now, I have been a little bit vocal about the last few Marvel films, if I'm honest with you. And I don't think they've been all that great. Yes, they've been watchable, but they've not been great. I mean, you're always going to struggle, in my opinion, to beat the last Spider-Man film, really. It looks like a cat in the road up there. Looks like there is, definitely. Thanks for the like, guys, appreciate it. Do like and subscribe. Yeah, you're always going to struggle to beat the last Spider-Man film, and I challenge anyone to have that conversation. Come on. But I actually genuinely, it was quite a light-hearted film, and I thought it was pretty well done. Of course, it's the remake, because of course we've had two sort of tries at this already, haven't we? Unless I'm missing any. So I thought it was worth a watch. And of course the main sort of Mr. Oh, we're going Stretch. Mr. Fantastic, isn't it? He's played by the guy that plays the Mandalorian, whose name eludes me for a minute. Julie didn't realise that. Azra, come on. Come on. Yeah, Julie didn't realise that. Which I was quite surprised about. But yeah. Are you sure? Are you sure? Come on. So yeah, it was worth a watch, and obviously you won't get any spoilers here. It's only been out, this is the third day today it's been out, isn't it, I think. Came out Thursday, Friday, whatever it is. So if you're a Marvel fan, I will say to you, go with an open mind and enjoy. Thanks for the like, guys. As I say, do like and subscribe, does mean a lot. I know it is nice and early again, but it is our routine. We are on the longer walk this morning as well. Come on, Azra. Good girl. And make sure you stay for the end credits as well. Certainly, no, stop there, Jonathan. Stay for the end credits. You won't be disappointed. That's all I'll say. Go on, keep going. I don't even know when the next sort of Marvel film is supposed to come out, what it's supposed to be, without looking at the franchise. But as I say, you won't be disappointed. Come on, Azra. If you weren't with me to begin with, and you are not new to the channel, and you've obviously met me and Azra before, poor old Azra was quite poorly in the night. She never makes any noise at night, she's pretty good. But she woke me up about 3 o'clock because she needed to go out. And then she was sick when she came back in again. But obviously she's a lot happier now. I am out very early before. Random question about Monzo, but I do have a Monzo card. I don't use it that often, really, to be honest with you. But yes, I do have a Monzo card. All right, come on. Come on. Good girl. So, if you have been with me before, we have done this walk once before. So what we're going to do is we're going to go all the way up to the top here. And it is now a hill climb, and then we'll be over the fields. So stick with it, because you will see some lovely views. I'm not sure we're going to see much sunrise this morning, guys. Can't control the weather, but it is very, very cloudy this morning. No rain forecast. No, thanks for that, Rob. Yeah, I've already got one. But yeah, if anyone else is interested, you've seen it on there. Yeah, it looked chilly this morning. I actually found myself looking at the temperature on the thermometer in the garden, which said 15, which obviously is absolutely fine, but again a little bit chillier than it has been. As I say, if you're new, please like and subscribe. Do hit the bell, because as I said earlier on, I'm sorry, but people come in and out. This time next week, we'll be on a Mediterranean cruise, and there's going to be lots of content coming up. I've got the best internet I can on that ship, so I'm hoping I'm going to be able to do some lives whilst we're on board. We'll have a walk around in the mornings. You can see what I can see. Be nice and early again, similar to now. And then obviously plenty of vlogging on the places we're going to. Again, if you didn't know and you haven't been with me before, we stop at Cadiz, Mallorca, Cagliari, which is Sardinia, Ibiza, Cartagena and Gibraltar. So six ports. It does become a little bit frantic towards the end, because I think we've got... Come on, let's try. Come on, lead on. It does become a little bit frantic towards the end. I think we do Ibiza, Cartagena and Gibraltar 3 in 3 days. Now I know full well Mum is going to struggle with that, and I'll come on to that in a minute. It's going to be hot, and we've actually got nothing booked on Ibiza, but I have been told it's quite a way to go into sort of the town when you come into the cruise, so I'm going to look into that once we get there. But we have got trips booked in Cartagena and Gibraltar, and Mum is coming on the trip in Cartagena, but not the one in Gibraltar now. She cancelled that one as she did in Mallorca, just due to the steps. I'm sorry if I'm blowing a bit, guys. It's quite a steep hill. It will flatten out in a bit. Azra really is not playing ball this morning. Come on. Right, let's cross over and mind that cat. Hopefully it'll disappear into the bush. No, it's coming our way. Brilliant. No, it's gone to the bush now. Right, Azra, people tune in to watch you, not me. That's better. Do remember to like and subscribe. It does really mean a lot to the channel. Go on, keep going. Keep going, keep going. It really annoys me when people don't clear up after their dogs. Oh, it's my pet hate. Disgusting and lazy. Anyway, so going back to the cruise. Yeah, Mum just has decided that she just doesn't feel she can cope with the walking, so... And I agree. And I must say I have my concerns. But you have to sometimes allow a situation to develop for the greater good. And I just think Mum has realised that she wants to enjoy the cruise, but she can enjoy it just as much from her point of view, from being on the ship and seeing the scenery and seeing the places, than getting off and struggling and perhaps potentially giving herself extra problems. So, yeah, we will. I'm sure she will enjoy it. As I say, we've got 3 trips booked in 3 of the ports. So, it is. We haven't booked anything because we've been there before and we did an open top bus. And I said to Julia, I'd quite like to explore a little bit more of Cadiz because it was a lovely, lovely place. You know, it's only when you start doing a little bit of research on these places that you realise that Cadiz is a very old town, but then look at it. It looks very modern and clean. Really, really lovely place. As I say, we've been there once before, so looking forward to going there again. Next stop will be Mallorca. Obviously, we've got the old wooden train to sort of leave to Sola village. Again, I've seen a few videos there. It looks good, looks nice. Again, it's going to be hot, so I agree fully that Mum decided that she didn't want to do it. Come out the field, Azra. Come out the field before that goes in your ears. Come on. Thanks for the like, guys. Appreciate it. Where's the next stop after that? Oh, Cagliari, so that's Sardinia. Now, that's my birthday, which is next Friday. Leave, another again, disgusting people not clearing up after their dogs. Oh. Azra, come out of the field. Stay on the path, come on. Good girl. Yeah, nothing booked there. We've got a nice meal booked in the evening on the ship at one of the more specialty restaurants. Azra. But Julie and me, I think, are both looking forward to it. Neither of us have ever been... No, obviously James hasn't. Azra, come out. You really are misbehaving this morning. Come on. No, come on. No. No. Oh, guys, I tell you. Trying my patience this morning, trying to roll in fresh rabbit or deer crud. Yeah, I'm sure you're all laughing at my expense right now. She did this, must be a month ago. And I didn't see it, and I don't know how I missed it. She might have been in a bush when she was in there, whatever. But whatever the scenario, path, I didn't see it. Got home, and she stunk. And then I realised she had fresh, you know what, all over her. It was horrendous, absolutely horrendous, guys. Azra, come on. Come on. If you've ever been with me before, have you ever known a morning where she has not been playing ball as much as this morning? I don't know whether it's because she wasn't feeling well overnight and she was a bit sick and maybe she's feeling a bit off colour, but she's really, really naughty this morning. Yeah, I hope you can hear me, Azra. I was just giving animals credit for being clever, more clever than we give them credit for about 5 minutes ago. So hopefully you listen well. Where were we? Going back to the ports. Right, she's now deciding she's going to go to the toilet, so you might be looking up at the sky for a bit, guys. Right, just wait, Azra. Just wait. Right, you're just going to be looking up. You're going to be looking up at the sky just for a minute. Right, Azra, sit. Sit. Good girl. Sit. People can see you. Sit. Right, sorry about that, guys. We are back, and there is Azra. You don't want to see my ugly mug. Right, so hopefully that's the end of her needing to go to the toilet this morning. Now, I said about the sunrise. Now, you will have to look at my ugly mug. I don't know if you can see that over top of my head, but there it is. It is beginning to come up and break through those clouds. Now, it was supposed to be... go on, Azra. Good girl. It was supposed to be wet today. Now, they've changed that round because we did get the rain that they'd forecast for today, yesterday. Just show you that sunrise again. There we are. So it is supposed to be dry today now. Now, the only job I think I've got to do today, that I need to do today, is, thanks for the like, appreciate it. Another comment coming in. Watching in San Antonio. What time is it there? Well, you must be 8 hours behind us. So, what's that? Must be sort of, what, quarter to 10, quarter to 11 there at night. So I'm impressed with that. Good. Azra, let's turn. I'm impressed with that. Thank you very much. Go on. Go on. Good girl. Oh dear. So what is everyone else up to today as well? Be interested to know. But I'd be very interested to know if James from Texas, what time it is there right now. Got a good Formula One circuit there, COTA. Always enjoy watching that. I know, you know, if we're talking about that very briefly, about time zones, we in Europe moan sometimes when we have to get up for some of these early morning Grand Prix or late night Grand Prix. But there's a lot of people around the world that suffer more than we do with time zones. And I'm just talking hypothetically about Grand Prix here. I'm sure there's lots of other things, like the world markets, to say another. But anyway. So, yeah, it's... I think we covered Sardinia, didn't we? Cartagena. Not Cartagena, Cagliari. We then go to... where do we go after that? Ibiza, which is a party town. Although we won't be going to sort of San Antonio or San Antonio Bay, which is the other side of the island. So we probably won't be where it really happens is. But it's very difficult knowing some of the timings we've seen. Thanks for the like, guys, appreciate it. Go on. But it says we were going to get there around lunchtime, about 11:30, and leave around 10. And it's supposed to be quite a crazy sail away from Ibiza. And it wouldn't surprise me if it's a late sail away, because we're only going to Cartagena now. On a map, it doesn't look that far, but it is only sort of from the Balearic Islands across to mainland Spain. Come on, Azra. Oh, my goodness. You're tangled up, aren't you? Right, wait. Azra, lift your leg, come on. Azra, lift up. Lift. What am I up against, guys? Right, just let me get hold of the lead properly. Azra, stop it. Right, yeah, so it wouldn't surprise me if it is a late sail away, to be honest. And then from there, we then go to Gibraltar. We're not at Gibraltar very long, which, sorry, fly in my mouth there. We then, I think, we get in there sort of reasonably early, and I think we're away by 2:30. Well, that's what it says. Again, this is all hypotheticals, but it would make sense because Gibraltar is not a million miles away from Cadiz, and it's taken us 2 days, well, 2 days and whatever time we leave on Friday to get to Cadiz. So let's say we leave Southampton around 4:30, 5 o'clock on Friday, which you don't know. It's not like an aeroplane where you know specifics. You could leave early, you could leave later, but it's about right, because we get back into Southampton supposedly around sort of 5:30, 6 o'clock on the Friday morning. So it'll be about right to say we leave Gibraltar sort of mid to late afternoon, I reckon. Obviously we've got 4 dress-up nights. Now, if you have been with me whilst I've been talking about the cruise, which I'm sorry if I have been off and on over the last few weeks, but it's quite exciting. I had to buy myself another suit. Not because I needed it, but just because I thought I didn't want to always wear my black suit. So I bought myself a nice navy blue three-piece suit, which again, the black one is only 2-piece. So I'm looking forward to that. If you are interested, sunrise now, really beginning to break through. Lovely. Just told me my exercise ring is closed for today, so I need to make that more really, because it's not even a fair fight, is it really? When I do these long walks every morning now. Not admittedly this long. Well, no, I take that back. By the time we finish this walk, it will be far longer than we normally do. At the minute, we haven't gone as far as we normally do in the Monday to Friday walks, really. If you are enjoying the content, as I say, do like and subscribe and hit the bell. But more importantly, have a look back at some of the other lives that we've done. We were in Cambridge yesterday, and that was quite an adventure. We did London a few weekends ago as well. I think we did Royston, we've done Cheshunt, all places I know reasonably well. So you get a chance to have a look back at them. But more importantly, do like and subscribe moving forward now, because there's loads to come. Coming up on the left-hand side here, not that he ever enjoyed it, because I don't think they were very good. But James actually had his first lot of swimming lessons here. And he never really enjoyed it. You know, do you know what? He learnt far more from us going to Turkey every year when he was learning to swim than he ever did swimming lessons. And it was only when he started going to the village college that he really began to come on leaps and bounds. But he went up a few classes almost instantly because he could swim so well. You know, we were very fortunate that when he was younger and not so much at school, we were able to go out to Turkey sort of at least a couple of times a year, if not 3 times a year. We were in a fortunate position that parents had a place out there at the time. Anyway, when we go down here, if you were with me when we did this walk before, at the bottom here we did a left. We're not going to do that this morning. Oh, that's a mistake, wasn't it? We're kicking that, rolling down the hill. Nothing wrong with you, is there? Crazy dog. You see that, Azra? It says, please slow down. That means nutters like you. What it is, guys, this is hard path here. When you get to this corner, it becomes gravel. Now, if someone is coming up the hill, or even coming down the hill, you go onto gravel, you can skid quite easily. So, yeah, that's the story behind that. Useless piece of information, I'm sure. And this is where, behind me, I didn't show you because obviously I was talking at the time, but up here is where all the local buses are stored as well. So they all come down here as well. Azra, come, good girl. So we're going to start going down the hill. If I can motivate myself, guys, there is another new bit I want to show you. And I've been thinking about this for a while. And it's just sort of sprung on me whilst we're walking around. And then obviously, I didn't think about it when I was cutting the corner here. But there is an old meadow in Melbourne that not very many people know about. In fact, I would go as far to say it's one of Melbourne's best kept secrets. So, should I go there? Yeah, why not? Let's do it. It is a short walk from here. So if you have got the stamina to keep going, it is lovely when we get in there. And you'll see what I mean. I've actually flown the drone over there. I actually had to ask permission, and you don't actually need to ask permission. It's not national heritage or anything like that. But there was a guy doing work there. And you know what? I just thought it was the right thing to do. I was sort of doing videos and pictures for a sort of potential exhibition I'm going to do at some stage, and I don't know when, to be honest with you. Annoyingly, where my phone broke, and yes, you're going to say and probably laugh, I never backed my phone up, and I lost a lot of photos. A proportion of photos, let's not say a lot of photos, because I knew my phone was getting quite full, and where I do quite a lot of this, I was concerned about space. So I did buy myself a hard drive, and I got a lot of photos off, and it was shortly before what happened. Come on. So I was quite fortunate, but a lot of the photos that were lost were a lot of the photos from the exhibition. So I have sort of started periodically sending a drone up, getting some pictures, stuff like that. Again, what I was doing, which thank goodness I was sending a lot of stuff to my iPad, which is a far bigger memory. It's one of the better iPad memories. So from that point of view, I was just shifting everything onto that. Okay, so if you have been with me before, you will recognise where we are. This is now the High Street, or the start of it. Now we just need to stop by this bin. Again, full. Unbelievable. I don't know if you were with me in Cambridge yesterday, guys, but if you were, you'd have heard me moaning. And obviously, you might say, oh, you moan all the time, but I don't. I prefer the quiet life. But well, I've got to get rid of it, so we're going to put it on top. A lot of other dog walkers have done exactly the same. Right, come on, Azra, let's go. So yeah, this meadow that I was telling you about, and hopefully people are still with me, isn't too far from here. In fact, we're going to cross onto the other side. Azra, come on, come on, come on. We're walking towards the sunrise now. And as you can see, on the top of the houses there, looking lovely. It's burnt away the clouds quite quickly, which is nice. Never did get to hear what time it was in San Antonio, Texas. But I think I'm right in what I'm saying. They're about 8 hours behind. So that makes it about 10, what's that, 10 o'clock there? Yeah, 10 o'clock there coming up. So I'm well impressed with that. I don't know, that might be a record of furthest people have watched me from. I know I do have. My second highest watch area is the USA, after the UK, which, considering how many people there are in the USA, I think that's pretty good. If there is anyone from the US watching, let me know where you're watching from, but more importantly, I'm going to be with you a couple of times over the next couple of years. Orlando both times, and I'll come on to something I was going to speak about in a minute as well, actually, about that, because I was well impressed. But yeah, we're doing our 20-year anniversary to Orlando next year, and then the following year, and it is now booked, we'll be doing Disney and Universal with James when he finishes his GCSEs. Now, what I was about to say was, the hotel we booked when we go out there with James, it was the Rosen Plaza on International Drive. And I kid you not, guys, it's a 4-star hotel and it looked really, really nice. Obviously, you only get room in America. You can pay extra for breakfast, but it's probably cheaper to go out. Anyway, we were staying at one of the other Rosens. Next year. And oh, Azra, that's going to be filthy. Stop it. And I was so, what's the word, impressed by this other hotel. I emailed the woman in the week, probably Wednesday, and said to her, you know, what would be the possibility of changing the hotel? And what's the cost, considering it was a 3-star to a 4-star? When we were in the cinema last night, she emailed me back and said 50 quid to upgrade. Now, guys, that's a steal, isn't it? 3 to 4-star for a week, 50 quid difference. So I'm going to email her back just a couple of questions to make sure I'm happy with everything. But if all the answers come back good, Azra, there's glass here, mind out. If everything is okay, I'm going to snap her. I'm going to snap her arm off for that. I was going to make it a surprise for Julia, actually, but much like quite possibly a lot of relationships, Julie can see exactly what's coming out the joint accounts like I can. So she might ask questions as to what's going on. So I did tell her last night, and she was very happy to go with that, providing everything is all okay. So we are going to do that. Right, coming on to the meadow. We're probably about 5 minutes away. So if you're bored of me talking, put me on mute. Just watch the dog, or stick with it, because we are not far away now. And I guarantee you're going to be quite impressed. As I said earlier on, it's probably Melbourne's best kept secret, if I'm honest with you, because it's hidden away. Not really that well advertised, really, but it's lovely. Now, whether they like to keep it just for the locals, possibly, even so, it's certainly nice, and it's certainly a place that we don't really use that often, to be honest. So I did come up here sort of March, April time when I was off work, and I did fly the drone around. So if you look on the back on the shorts, I think it's a short rather than the video probably, you'll see it from the air. But yeah, you're going to see it from the ground live, and we're keeping a decent amount of people watching this morning, so I'm really pleased with that. Thank you very much. Does mean a lot. Do make sure you like and subscribe. Loads of stuff coming up with the cruise in less than a week now. Got the river cruise and the London Eye week after we come back from the cruise, and then Euro Disney a little bit later on in the year. So loads to look forward to. And then, as I said earlier on, that's without all the other horseplay that goes on with the channel. You know, when I started to travel, the channel, I think I've just, what's the word? Segued straight into that. It was a travel channel, and I learned very quickly that yes, the travel channel is good, and yes, I had lots of material, and yes, it was a really, really good start to the channel, but it's not sustainable just travel unless you're doing it all the time. If you're retired and you're able to do it once a month almost, it's just not sustainable. So I sort of reinvented the channel into a bit of everything really. Just sort of what we get up to in our lives, Dolphin Lane, and I think it's been a real success. To be honest, come on, Azra, let's go. Come on. You know, people really enjoyed the content. Well, they certainly seem to have. The subscriptions have really exploded in the last sort of month or so, and it is probably the last month it's really taken off, if I'm honest with you guys. I'm sure people probably prefer to watch her than me, so that's probably what it is. Everyone loves an animal, don't they? But anyway, it's whatever's doing it, it's going well, and as I say, it just seems to go from strength to strength, which just can't thank people enough for. Okay, now this is what you've all been waiting for, those that are stuck with it. We are now coming into Melbourne's best kept secret. There's the first clue. Come on, Azra. Now, if she was a bit better off lead, I probably could let her off in here, but as I've said before, she isn't, and that's a lot to do with her being a rescue dog and us getting her quite late. She's pretty good now. She does a lot of stuff that we do ask her to do, but I wouldn't trust her, not unless it was an enclosed scenario where we know she can't get out. And there are lots of these sort of dog parks. Again, if you go back to our Centre Parks vlog, you will see there was an amazing dog park there that I did a vlog on. It was incredible. One of the best we've been to, I think. And that was at Woburn Sands. Right, so very tiny car park. Probably room in here for 10 cars. All parked properly, probably. Two ways in, going that way, or we can go this way. if you want to look at it, what we now on 45 minutes and 10 seconds. This is where we are. It does actually say, please keep your dogs on a lead, incidentally. Right, come on in. Good girl. Right, I will just show you a couple of bits before we get going round, if you're interested, guys. There is the map. Now, I'm not sure unless you zoom in and pause it, I can get all this writing. But we will just come over here. There we go. Azra. 2012. There we go. Right. Come on, this way. This way. This way. Come on, people. Watch you, not me. Here we go. Okay, so now we're in the meadow. Again, lovely, lovely little walk. There's some nice chairs over there to sit and contemplate life. Picnic benches over there. We are going to go round to the left, and I can't remember exactly the best route to take in here because I don't come here that often. So we're just going to go with the flow. Azra. So down there's some more seating. You see that down there? We're going to go this way. This is probably going to be coming out for one of the longest live streams I've done, guys, because I'm well away from home still. So thank you for sticking with me or going in and out. If you are just joining, do make sure you like and subscribe. This is the best kept secret in Melbourne, a little meadow in the middle of the village that is about as advertised as unadvertised can be, but it is a lovely place. Go on. And it's a really, really lovely walk. As I say, I'm not going to be going down every walkway because it'll take me forever, but you'll get the gist of this place. And it's really well kept as well. Come on, good girl. We won't go through, we'll go around as you should do. Looks like people have made their own paths there. Thank you for sticking with me, guys. There has been some hardcores, I think, from what I can see of the viewers, so thank you for that. What is everyone up to today? I think we asked that question earlier on. Didn't get an awful lot of feedback. So what is everyone up to today? Is it just a reasonably calm day? Not a lot. I think we're going to the cafe this morning for breakfast. Then I've got to go and cut the grass at Julie's allotment because that'll be the last time. It will be the last time it gets done before we go on the cruise. So we need to make sure that's looking good. Nice fresh apples here. Azra. More. Sorry if you had to duck then, guys. But thank God it's not a 3D phone, eh? Does anybody remember those 3D cameras that you used to be able to buy? I think I've probably still got mine somewhere. God knows where it is and if it even still works. But then you have to play it clearly on a 3D TV. Azra, we'll go this way. Come on. We'll go this way. Good girl. And you have to play it on a 3D TV with the 3D glasses. It's all a bit of a performance, really, wasn't it? If you remember it. I'm not sure it ever really took off, to be honest with you. 3D TVs in your house. Now we've got 4K, we've got 8K, we've probably even got better than 8K now, haven't we? I don't really know. What I do know is most things are upstreamed to 4K. Oh, it's a dead end here, Azra. Right, okay, we'll turn around. But you can now get 8K, and I'm sure you can get better than 8K as well. I'm sure someone can correct me. So we need to find another walkway, which I know there definitely is further around to continue around. That's slightly confusing, having a bit of a dead end, because I thought there was a main sort of perimeter all the way around here. Come on. And maybe it is a bit further around, the continuation of it. You can't see, but I am looking over the top of the field here just to see where the walkways go. I'm sure we'll catch up in a minute to find out where it is. Yeah, I think I can see where we go next. Okay, so we're going to do a left here. Azra, left, good girl. If we can do a left. Yes, we can. So you can see we're not very far from where we started, just over there. Now coming down here, you come down towards the River Mell. When I say the River Mell, it's more like a little stream, but it's called the River Mell. It should really be called Stream Mell, because that's what it is. Azra, let's carry on. Nice little bench. And it really is very, very wet underfoot. Very dewy this morning, I think is the correct terminology and phrase. Right, come on, Azra, let's go this way. Again, nice little bench there. I'm not lost, guys, because you can't get lost in here. But I am confused as to where I thought we would come out, whether they've shut some stuff off in here. Because there used to be sort of a wooden sort of gangway out towards sort of the river. As I say, it is a stream rather than a river. And I cannot see it now, and we sort of gone the route I thought it would definitely be. So I apologise if I have missed it, but I don't think I did. Anyway, come on, Azra. Good girl, mind that. We will still see the River Mill in a minute. And I just caught myself on some stingers. It doesn't matter whether I go to that flipping allotment or somewhere like this, I always manage to get stung. Every time. Azra is a medium-sized dog, and even she looks small in here. Right, so we've now got stingers on both sides, so let's try and be careful, Jonathan. None really at, well, there are some at leg level, to be fair. No dot leaves, that's what I was looking for. Right, we're going to do a left here, because this will take us down to the river, hopefully, if it's still there. But we'll have to come back this way. Oh dear. As I say, to those hardcores that are stuck with me, and there has been sort of a few, thank you very much, because it does mean a lot that I'm not talking to myself most of the way around. Right, this is quite overgrown. I was saying how well kept it is down here, and it's quite overgrown. But this is the river. This is what they classify as the River Mell, and this is why I say to you it's a stream, because this is what it is, and that flows all the way. You've seen, well, you didn't see it because it didn't come out unless you were watching it live, but Azra fell in there, not there, but further round. Right, come on, Azra. Right, come on, good girl. Here we go. Right, so now we're going to be making our way back towards where we came in. And then we will continue along Dolphin Lane. We will then go into the fields where, if you join me in the week, you will see. But we will not do sort of the longer section of that. We've now been out coming up an hour. And as I said to you, Azra was a little bit poorly overnight, which is probably why she was a bit off colour this morning, actually. as I said earlier on. But we're coming up for 2.61 miles. By the time we get home, it's going to be well over 3 miles. And I'm feeling pretty puffed, if I'm honest with you guys. And no, I'm not going to ring Julia and tell her to come pick us up. I will stick with it. That actually happened once before, if you want to have a little laugh and a joke. But it was more because of me than Azra. And I had, shall we say, some tummy issues. I won't elaborate, use your imagination. But I did have to get Julie to come and pick me up. Funny enough, that was round near where her allotments are. Or her allotment is, which again you would have seen if you've been with me before. So hopefully you've enjoyed that little walk round Melbourne's best kept secret, the Meadow. If you're this end of Melbourne, I would be in here every day with Azra. It's a lovely, lovely walk. It really is. Showed you when we came in, if you were with me. I showed you this bit, and this is obviously just the same situation. We could just gone back around there to go out for the style. We just got a gate here to come out. So if you are in Melbourne and it's a nice day, do give it a go. I was supposed to go through the trees, not into it. One minute, guys. There we go. Funny old gate, but obviously it's to stop animals getting out. Wait. Right. So we are now back at the meadow to say goodbye to the meadow. Good girl, Azra. Right, and as I say, we're going to reconnect up with Dolphin Lane, and then we will be back into the field where, if you've joined me before, you will have seen where we walk. But as I say, we will be cutting across the field and coming out halfway up the moor, because as I say, I'm pretty puffed. Azra was a bit poorly in the night, so I think we'll both need a rest when we get home. To be honest, we're now 2.7 miles into this walk. This was a bit of a bonus, the meadow. It's a bit of a spontaneous lastminute.com, but I do like to show you new things when I'm out, so hopefully you've enjoyed that, those that have stuck with it. What is the time? 20 past 6. Best time of the day, guys. With those people that live up there, which there are private houses up there, they've got that lovely common to walk around. It couldn't be any better, could it, for them? Right, Azra, let's see if we can cut the corner. Not saying we can, but let's try. Go this way, Azra. Right, good girl. I think we can do this. Just I don't do it very often, so I can't remember how to do it. So coming up for an hour, guys. I think we've done pretty well. Well done to those diehards, if anyone has stuck with me the whole way around. You are officially Iron Men and women, if you have. But you are seeing, again, a bit more of the village that you don't normally see. So we are very lucky. The village is still just about hanging on to a village status with all the new builds going up the other end. But when you're out early, it does really much feel like much a village. You don't hardly see anyone, and the people you do see are the same people most mornings that are walking their dogs at the same time as I do. And to be fair, that's more during the week. I can guarantee to you, I see the same two dog walkers every morning, and I see the same woman jogging every morning. And that's why you know who to say good morning to and who not to, because over time you realise the people that are, shall we say, a bit more interactive than others. There's one guy I see that I wouldn't even bother with anymore, because he's so rude. And I just think to myself, do you know what? Man lives cost nothing, and I try and did try, and he's just so ignorant to not even say good morning. I'm not even wanting to have a chat, Jesus, but just to say good morning. The world we live in today, guys, eh? So I do know where we are now. I sort of have cut the corner, but it's not really saved us much time, to be honest with you. Maybe a minute or two. Must try and keep remembering to keep the phone up so you can actually see where we're going. I was watching the Cambridge live back yesterday, and I did try and do it a bit, but you sort of end up going like this, looking at Azra, and it's just, oh, for goodness sake. So I do try and make a conscious effort to look at the screen as well, but again, it's difficult. Trying to look where she's going, look at the screen, look at any interaction you might be getting as well. It's a lot for my little brain to deal with. Leave it. So, very shortly we'll be coming up to 3 miles. I will show you when we do get to the 3 miles, which won't be long. I reckon it could be sort of by the end of this path, because we're not far off it. Maybe a bit more. But you can see, sort of, when I say about a village, I mean this is an area for cars to drive along here. You're never going to get 2 cars up here, are you? Amazing the dust cart gets up here. Okay, so again, if you have been with me before, that's where we have come from before, up there. And now we're just going to go down here. Come on, Azra. Sometimes I think she gets confused as to where we're going. So when we get to the end here, again, usually I will do a right. But I want to sort of keep it countrified and just show you a little bit extra of the village that I'm not sure you would have seen before. In fact, I don't think you've seen before, because I don't do it that often. But we are sort of now getting towards home. Just so you can see, guys, just gone over the 3 miles. What are we now? 65 minutes, an hour and 5 minutes. Heart rate at 130. Yeah. And I'm feeling quite hot and puffed, if I'm honest with you. So we're going to be doing a right where it says public footpath there. Here we go. Azra, up here. Good girl. Again, depending on your mobility, you've got some steps here to go up. There are other ways of getting onto this field, as you will know if you've been with me before. You'll see exactly where we're going to come out in a minute. Okay, so you might have an idea where we are now. Directly in front is where I've shown you before, the 4G pitch that, along with many others, we helped fundraise for the football club. And there is now the sunrise, higher in the sky now. Come on, Azra. or you're going to get tangled up. So what we're going to do, guys, we're going to go diagonally across, whereas normally we go into that corner over there. If you've been with me before, you will know that. But we're going to go straight across. And then I think once we get to the moor, I think we're going to sign off, because I'm pretty hot and I'm pretty puffed, but I've really enjoyed having you all along for the walk this morning. I think we've done pretty well, over an hour. But we'll stick with it for another 10 minutes, and that's probably what it will be. If you are just joining, do like and subscribe. I'm sorry that I'll be going off probably in about 10 minutes or so. If people are joining up, you can watch this back once I come off. So it's been a really, really good walk this morning. We've seen Melbourne's best kept secret, the Stockbridge Meadows. And it was very nice up there. There was a bit of it that I think has been lost, maybe to weather. Come on, Azra. Which is a shame. But yeah, we're doing pretty well this morning. As I say, been going now and out just over an hour. Gone over 3 miles, so by the time I get home, it's going to be well over 3.5 mile walk we've done this morning. And I'm going to sit down when I get home, have a rest. And as I say, we're going to the cafe at 9 for breakfast. And as I say, got to cut Julia's allotment. Then I'm going to start watching the build-up to the Grand Prix, which starts at 12:30. Grand Prix starts at 2. You've got the final tonight as well, the England women versus Spanish women. It'll be on. It's quite stressful watching England play, whether it be the men or the women, to be fair. But it'll be on. Be cheering them on. Hopefully they can do it and bring back the gold. Good luck to them. Okay, so as I say, that's normally where we go. This is where we are going. Well done to the people that are stuck with it. And I think there are a few, so thank you again. So again, just for help with geography, we normally are on that back field. That's usually the red bin, if you can see over there in the corner, normally where I get rid of Azra's ablutions. But we're going to be cutting across here and then back up to the moor. So we've cut the whole corner off this, but of course, as I've already said, if you haven't been with us, we've done 3 miles, or well over 3 miles now this morning. Come on. So I think we deserve a little bit of a break from that. I've extended this walk already, as you've seen if you've been with me. So as I said earlier, this is the last live of the week. So thank you to those that have been with me all week. Hopefully some of you would have been. If you haven't, why not? Hit that bell button and you'll see when I'm live every time I go live. And trust me, you're going to want to do that with the cruise and all the fun stuff we're going to be getting up to there as of Friday. So yeah, as I say, guys, another couple of minutes and we'll tune out. If you're joining late, once I come off and I'll turn it from private to public, you should be able to watch it back fairly quickly. If you're interested, why wouldn't you be? As I say, it's not too late to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that bell, as I say. But yeah, we're a few minutes away from the end credits for today, as they say. Fortunately, this path that we're going to be coming up to, it used to be absolutely like a bog. And I'm going to put loads of this sort of bark chippings, as you might be able to see already. Oh, it makes it so much better. It really does. It doesn't sort of turn into it. And a lot of the kids use this in the mornings as well for school, cutting through to the school. So I cannot believe the school were that happy about kids turning up with muddy shoes, to be honest. Of course, they can cut around the other way. But you know what kids are like. They will cut the corner if they can. So will I the way I feel this morning, to be honest with you. Right. A minute, guys. And then, as I say, that'll be end credit time. But you'll see exactly where we are in a minute. So stick with it for another 30 seconds. Something's happened to this gate. That's a shame. It's been completely bent and broken away. Right, okay, so... Wait, Azra, wait. So that's where we normally come from, up there. That's where Azra's horsey friends are. And obviously the allotment and where we come out. And this is where you normally, well, with me, where we normally sort of come off, to be honest with you, which is exactly what we're going to do today. So, guys, enjoy your Sunday, whatever you do. Join us again next week. 4 more lives from the village with Azra, and then lots of lives from the cruise ship. Can't wait. See you soon, guys.